Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm up in a water balloon, and I'm up in an air balloon to do this thing. A water balloon. What? Yeah, I have another Army Days video, and this is about candy contraband. And what happened was when we were in the Army, there was a lot of things that I went basic in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, back in. No, towards the end of November '87, and there was lots of items that were contraband, and candy was one of them, along with like cigarettes and alcohol and stuff like that. I don't smoke, and at the time I really didn't drink, so that was not a big deal. But candy really wasn't a big deal. But the whole forbidden fruit thing kind of, you couldn't have junk food or anything like that. You couldn't have any food in your barracks. You just ate stuff at the chow hall, and that was it. And I wrote letters to people, whenever, I got the address down and stuff like that. And I said, you can send me and they said, drill sergeant said, tell everybody what they can send you and what they can't send you. I said, no sweets whatsoever for anyone. And guess what my uncle and aunt sent me? A whole giant box of candy and potato chips and stuff like that, and I couldn't have it. It was confiscated. And then later I was called in, and we went through the box, and there was stuff I could have, like stationery and pens and stuff like that, and stuff I couldn't have, which was mostly the candy and stuff like that. And I never got that back. It was weird because I went right from there to Fort Gordon, Georgia, and it would have been contraband then too. So I wasn't allowed to have that. And then we had other things. I never got that back. It was just a big giant burden because it was a huge package, and there was no way I could have had it at all, either through the bus or through anything else, And so they confiscated. I went through, and they said you can have what what you're allowed. Like they had shaving stuff in there, allowed to have that, and stationery and certain items, but there's some items I couldn't have. I really wish they would have sent me that. Now, when I was still in AIT, you weren't allowed to have food in your room, But when permanent party, when I went to Germany, if they would just would have waited, I know my aunt Dorothy, who passed away, sent me a package of treats like peanut brittle and stuff like that. And my mom sent me like this giant party pack of like a ham and stuff like that, which I used for my birthday party, which I had for my birthday, That was allowed. I wish they would have waited instead of sending it to me in basic training. It kind of aggravates me that they were sent that. I told them not to send me anything like that. And they must have thought it was like a, excuse me, inclusion to send me stuff. But like I said, they said, oh, I couldn't believe they confiscated that. I said, yeah, they weren't allowed to have it. You shouldn't have sent it to me. They're pretty strict, especially back then. And there's some other stories. Like you said, you weren't allowed to have candy, but they said you were allowed to have cough drops. Well, no, let me go. I'm jumping ahead of myself. They said you were allowed to have certs. That's what the one drill sergeant said. And then we went to the PX, and people were buying searchlights and light. And this one guy bought like a giant box of them, the whole box, because we had money to burn. Because we didn't really go anywhere. Sometimes someone would run to the PX, and you would give them your money. It seems hard to believe now, someone trustworthy, and then because they have the drill sergeant sign someone, and then they give them so much money to spend on whatever item you want. As long as they want contraband. And, we with Drill Sergeant Bailey, who I did not get along with and who hated me, said that you're not allowed to have certs. And everybody said, all the drill sergeants said we're allowed to have certs because they already bought them. And she said, you're not allowed to have certs. If you're caught with them, you're going to get confiscated. And she searched everybody. She patted everybody down. And what I did was, I wasn't sure about, I didn't trust Drill Sergeant Bailey. The female drill sergeant. The female drill sergeants were much worse than the male drill sergeant, believe me. We didn't have Arlie Ermy like in a Full Metal Jacket. But, she patted everybody down. But what I did was, when I got out of the PX, I said, I'm going to put mine in my boot. Because I bought 2 packs. I bought one in one boot, slid it down there, and one in the other boot. I said, and also said, what are you doing? We're allowed to have certs. I was like, I don't trust this Drill Sergeant Bailey. And she was patting everybody down, and she patted me down. She went all the way down my leg. She didn't hit my boots though, and it was on the inside of the boots. So I got my certs. I had them the night before. I had it after lights out, and you hear me unwrapping, and then someone said, "All right, who has the candy?" Yeah, I didn't say nothing. I just kept unwrapping. I had my certs. That was cool. I got away with that, and then. They also said you were allowed to have cough drops. Everyone said you're allowed to have cough drops because it counts as medicine. So people were getting the Smith Brothers cherry. I still have a cold. It's the old-fashioned Smith Brothers cough drops. The cherry ones that were came in that thing of wax paper. I don't even know if they make them anymore. I haven't really looked. They used to buy those as candy. And that was about the closest thing to candy we were allowed to have. Because we weren't allowed to have certs anymore because Drill Sergeant Bailey. So we used to buy that. So, I mean, that's what happened. And then in Fort Bragg, Fort Gordon, Georgia, we had something called Phase 4, which was like basic training for we had a reception area, which was like basic training right there. Then we had a Phase 4, which was like a 2-week thing where you were banned from doing this, and that. And then, I mean, you weren't allowed to bring any food back to your room. You weren't have any food, even though occasionally I might have brought a little something back. But, I mean, outside, at the PX and stuff like that, you were more lax. You were allowed to have candy and stuff like that, but not to bring back to your room. So that's my story, Candy Contraband. I hope you all like it. And, stay tuned for, I got some neat videos. I got New Year's Eve Spectacular coming up tonight. I hope you all like it. And until next time, bye, please. Take care of my allegiance.